This is Echo Park Boulevard that we're on. It was just Echo Park Boulevard right here. And it was just blocked off, but they just left. There was about like 4 trucks of SWAT cops over there. Oh shit. So right here, that's Sunset Boulevard, and this is Echo Park Drive, I think. So there were some officers over that way. I think we can try going this way. So we got some protesters here trying to, in front of these cops over here. We're kind of behind enemy lines. So you can see, yeah, where are they going to? Oh, they're probably going to Mitchell Farrell's house. They're probably going to Mitchell Farrell's house.
Yeah.
I don't know, we can try and get over there, or... People are booing the cops on the vehicles. They're like swatted out. Those guys are assholes. Yeah, we're behind the cops right now. They don't even know it. So maybe we should go to Mitchell Farrell's. You want to take a walk down this way and just see what happens?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Or
This way? Yeah, let's go down the sidewalk.
So to recap, yesterday, there was, in the morning, hundreds of people showed up in solidarity with the community that have unhoused folks that was at Echo Park Lake for a while, for months. And then as the day progressed, people started, leaving, making signs, and some of them were staying overnight because there was supposed to be a raid. Now, the Department of Sanitation is the one that does the cleaning up.
Damn, there's cops over there, so...
That's what they call it.
We're not going to be able to go that way.
Okay.
Well, it looks like...
Can we go across the park?
Because that's exactly where the park is. Yeah, no, there's some people waiting over there.
Do you want to walk closer, or...?
So they've been blocking off like so many streets.
So the cops just confronted a bunch of protesters and pretty much pushed everybody out until there were only a few people left. They arrested a few people. Reportedly someone had their arm broken.
Yesterday.
Yeah, they attacked several independent journalists like the Shaw with their batons. They wouldn't let me through past a certain point. Johnny and Glory were already in there. They have been arresting today. Reports of them arresting the National Lawyers Guild members.
Should we go left, you think?
Yeah, I was thinking over there. Arresting other members of the press. And also just individuals for no reason. Mass arresting. They hadn't done that since the beginning of the George Floyd protests, which was May, around late May 30th, I think was. They're getting, once again, the police are getting extremely, aggressive. They had some lawsuits on them that are still pending. It seems like they're getting aggressive again. They had backed off. They haven't pushed a curfew though, but the park is after 10 p.m. they're supposed to be arresting those people, so that's coming up in a half hour.
It's insane that we literally have a police state here.
Yeah.
In Echo, at least in Echo Park right now. It's crazy.
I think the police state situation is happening all over though.
Literally, cops at every corner. Cop cars, they're all swatted out, riot geared out. What is this?
And also,
all because of this shit.
And I always like to relate the little picture to the big picture. The Biden administration is pushing the Supreme Court to allow search and seizures of guns into your homes. So to allow the police to come into your home, seize your weapons without a warrant. That is what the Biden administration is doing. So I just want to say to all the gun-loving people, right? You need to reassess who's on your side, because if you're saying, "Hey, government, stay away from us," don't come after our guns, guess who's gonna come after your guns? It's not gonna be immigrants. It's not gonna be your idiot neighbor that's a liberal. It's gonna be the cops. They're gonna come after. That's being pushed into law right now. Similar to what happened to Breonna Taylor and similar to what happened to the other young man, where they do no-knock warrants. So,
What was it? No, they're still around the corner. Everywhere. They're everywhere. So.
also, there's a lot of freaking helicopters and stuff around our neighborhood.
The amount of money they've been fucking spending on the helicopters.
It's all it's close to $1 million. I mean,
it must be.
It has to be because you're paying.
The average wage of the police officers was like $65, $67 an hour. So they've been out for hours, like 24 hours now.
They're getting overtime.
They're definitely getting over. You can imagine they're probably getting overtime.
Is that the building?
No. We would be hearing them. I think it's down further that way. So yeah, we got police over here. And we got... There might be some protesters this way.
Let's check it out. Technically, they're allowed to go in and arrest these people once 10 o'clock hits. Last reports
that's the
were
pillars.
about less than 20 people.
There's the pillars. So, all right, so this is one of the main streets. This street goes out to Sunset. Right now we're pointing towards Echo Park. Echo Park is just right over this way, and we made it. We found that a lot of people were being arrested. So, when we're behind the police line now. So they've been arresting many people. Sir, I'm a member of the press. We have our LLC. We can look up our entity number.
Back it up right now. Go up to that line.
We're not interfering.
You're fine. Go up to that line on the Sunset and let them know. Okay?
On Sunset.
On the Sunset, let them know. They'll put you in an area. Okay?
But I want to document this area.
Go up to the line right now.
And they'll let me document?
Yes. You gotta check it out.
Okay. Who's the commanding officer over there?
You'll find it. Ask for it.
Okay. All right.
They just don't want you to film. They're not going to allow press that's going to film them doing what they're doing.
So they're not letting us anywhere close. They're not letting us anywhere close. So they just denied us being close. Come on, Finn. They've been arresting people over there.
They literally lie.
I know they lie.
Literally. Are they just holding people over there?
Yeah, there's still people over there. They're kettled completely. We were trying to document it. They forced us out of there. So they said to talk to their lead officer over here. So I'm gonna try. We're trying to get over there. Yep. Sir. Can I talk to the lead officer in charge?
Not around here.
Okay, we're trying to make sure that we're okay to film over there. As long as we're on the sidewalk, we're okay, right?
Yeah. He's not right here. I don't know where he's at.
Okay. So, all right. So that's Sunset right there. So, I'm just trying to figure out how we go about this because I'm trying to get over there. So, oh God, my arm hurts. Holding this thing. We're not interfering. We're allowed to film as long as we're not interfering into their arrests. If they're doing anything illegal, we're here to document it.
They're gonna move in.
If they're doing anything illegal, we have the right to document it.
Yeah, so they're committing lots of acts of, really, it's unlawful. But what happens is, it takes forever to hold them accountable.
They declared it an unlawful assembly, and then, you know, they just declare any protest that's there too long an unlawful assembly, and then they just start arresting people. We want to film from right here. He said the officer in command was not there, so I just came back to talk to you.
So, all right, you're gonna set up over here.
Okay.
You can set up from over there,
Okay.
where that black car is, and shoot from over there. All right, all right.
You're allowed to film. Eat a bag of Richards.
She was mad. She was mad I was filming her.
Yep. She got caught on camera. The boot tasted good. Nobody's taking pictures. We're members of the press. We're allowed to film. We're filmed over there. Call whoever you want. We're members of the press. We don't care. He just told us we're allowed to stand here. The officer did. Just ignore her. Just focus on them.
You touch my camera, we'll sue you.
Yeah. Seriously.
We'll file a complaint. We'll file a complaint.
We are allowed to be here? Thank you.
You're in the public setting, you're out in the public. It sounds like you need a hug, ma'am. It sounds like you need a hug.
Sounds like she's a racist.
Yeah, it does sound like it.
It's okay, she got caught on camera. Now we know where she's at. Who's disrupting these people's livelihoods? Is it the people that were living quietly in the park, or is it the police ordered by Mitch O'Farrell to do this? Let's see. It's so much easier to blame the poor people that are living in the park than it is to blame the council member who pushed this whole thing to happen and brought 400 police officers yesterday and God knows how many today, and is causing all of this disruption, all these helicopters all over people's houses. They might want to blame the people actually in power, not the people who have zero control over what's happening, or the journalists documenting what's going on. Yeah, so they're offering to give some of them hotel rooms. It is like a temporary band-aid solution, 2 months max, if that, and then they are pushed back in the streets. Also, it comes with very strict regulations. They're not allowed to do any, like, there's a curfew. There's also a like, I don't know, like a bunch of restrictions that some of them aren't comfortable with. Like, they can't come and go, and some of them are taking it, but some of them are refusing to, mainly because it's kind of something that needs to happen. The city is going to arrest people, so.
Right there's a girl getting arrested. Yeah, all these officers are completely swatted out. So you heard earlier, there was an old lady who was congratulating the cops. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's really noisy here. And then I was filming her. She's on her balcony. It's public. It's all public. We're able to film, and she started saying a lot of racist shit. So you just don't let it knock you down. I'm a brown man, and I'm just doing my job here. So.
She can bitch him out all she wants.
So there are 3 helicopters above us.
There's more over there.
Apparently Jackson Hinkle got arrested.
Jesus Christ.
So they're arresting people. At Mitch O'Farrell's house, they're arresting people here. It's kind of crazy that we got here, honestly.
He got arrested, or he may be getting
I don't know. That's what someone said in the comments. Unverified.
I will text him and see if he responds. He might be live streaming though.
Yeah, we've been arrested here in LA back in May 30th. That was when.
Almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago.
It's crazy.
And we weren't doing anything. We were just filming.
Literally filming.
Literally just filming. And they had arrested us.
They didn't book us though, so
it looks like they're pushing everyone over here. They're pushing everyone really close together. Now let me zoom out a little bit. You can see what they're doing. Police are coming. Yeah, police are coming from this side. Pushing. It looks like they're pushing protesters down this way. Dude, look how closely huddled those protesters are.
Some of them are protesters, and some of them are actual occupants.
Well, there was only about eight.
No, Jackson's not on this side. Jackson is by Mitch O'Farrell's house.
Mitch O'Farrell's house. We're over in Echo Park Lake. We're like right there. The lake's like right over there where that tree is. People were protesting all day today, and it looks like the police came and started kettling everybody. Move up a little bit. That's a protester right there.
It's like 20 protesters.
That's another
Like, I don't know why
protester.
there are like so many cops.
But some are pressed too, by the way.
Oh, let me text.
So they're putting the protesters up against that gated wall. They got so many choppers up in the air. There's another chopper going eastbound. Now they're using the zip ties. They're using the plastic zip ties, and I'll tell you right now that those actually hurt a lot more than the metal ones. I've been in both, and
there's like a little down arrow. It has literally where all the description is. It has the link.
yeah, no. When we got arrested, they held us for like 2 or 3 hours. It was terrible, and it was like in a crowded van, no AC, completely dark, peak of COVID, next to people. Excuse me, were y'all in that crowd? Were you in that crowd? Estaban en el... Two people just showed up out of nowhere over here, and then just were going away. It looks like they were pressed. They were Estrella Media, I think. Spanish channel. I've seen them out here a few times. didn't want to talk to me. I think this is actually a church over here on this side. You can see the, what's it called? The
Yeah, that's yeah.
pillars. So they put us really far back. We could be a little closer. We're not interfering. We're allowed to document. They got all these protesters over here lined up against this wall. They've been arrested, they've been zip tied, and now they're with their hands behind their back up against the wall, their possessions being taken away from them. Because that's what they do when they arrest you. They try and, keep your stuff together. They check your ID. They check your body. They do what's it called? Search. They search your body. And careful, Bishop. It's Bishop. Officers telling them to leave. So we know who you are. Oh, they're smart. Look, they got somebody to let them in, so they're gonna be able to go in. Bishop. Try to get over there. I don't know.
This tree's in the way, I think.
It's a little bit in the way. Yeah, we were talking to BLM 757 over in Virginia, and they were talking about how less stuff happens to them because they are armed. Virginia's an open carry state. They open and carry rifles and, march with the Boogaloo Boys. And there's a lot less violence from the police in those states because of the weapons there being held, right? In California, it's not open carry. It's very restrictive, so it's really restrictive here. So you're going to see a lot more violence from the police. You're right, Mariana. California is the 5th largest economy in the world. Exactly. It's larger than some countries' economies. And Los Angeles is the largest county in the 5th largest economy in the world. And you think that they don't have money to help? They have money for the cops and shit, you know? These cops are getting paid like $65 an hour and probably overtime since yesterday. So it's 24 hours. Yeah, so they were letting some members of the press away or gone. So it looks like another dude got released. So they're filming.
Yeah, that person that they just brought out had a badge on. Not that one. The person that they have right there upstairs. They had a badge hanging.
Were you just released?
Yeah, you know, the thing is that they told media that they could not leave, right?
Yeah.
And so then we all circled in there for hours. And then now they just told us that I can't go on record, I'm sorry. But there is media in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. How long were you there for?
Listen, I can tell you this. We were there for about an hour or so, and they just, you know, wouldn't let us leave. And then apparently he said to show you credentials. So there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
What was the last part?
He said just show your credentials and you can leave. So the media can show their credentials and they can leave. So if they deem you credible media with credentials, then you're allowed to leave. So some people are being able to leave, but protesters are being detained. This is live. It's happening right now. We are at Echo Park.
See if you can move in like a square closer.
Sun's down. It's now 10:06 p.m. here, Pacific Standard Time. We are here at Convo Couch, bringing you live on the ground coverage. We got in. Somehow, this gentleman just got released. Brother, can we talk to you?
You can hear the zip ties.
Can we talk to you? Can we interview you? Can we interview you? Yeah. What are you doing, brother? Hold on 1 second.
When does that get out?
We got here about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, 20 minutes.
Yeah, but we were here yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So, brother, tell us what happened over there. How long were you there for?
That was probably like about an hour. An hour. What time is it now? Well, maybe like an hour and 20 minutes, to be honest.
Okay.
They've been arresting people for that long.
They're arresting protesters, right?
They're arresting protesters. I saw one member of the press arrested. I think it was Capital News. LA Times as well. Other than that, I haven't seen any other media get arrested.
Okay. And were they being violent? Were they just letting off tear gas or any any
no,
rubber
they just
bullets?
pretty much just blocked anybody from leaving. At some point, they just said, "You are no longer allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Everyone here is under arrest." So they just started arresting people one by one, and they're still doing that now.
They declared it unlawful assembly, and then they started arresting people, right?
Well, they declared an unlawful assembly a couple times.
Yeah.
And then at some point they just said no one is allowed to leave anymore.
And so this street was completely blocked off, right? This street towards Echo Park Lake was completely blocked.
You couldn't go this way, and then you couldn't go this way either. I think there were some protests over there. I'm not sure what happened. I was trying to go back there, but at some point they blocked everybody from going to that place as well. So we'll never get to that point.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to tell the audience here?
Keep watching. Keep being involved. I don't know your audience, but it's whatever you can do to support homeless. Find organizations, donate, give your time, all of that stuff. I think that's all good.
Yeah, it's
And
disgusting.
support the press as well. Support the press.
It's disgusting. They're spending so much money on the helicopters and everything, and all this police force. Police are being paid like $65 an hour, and then probably overtime.
Overtime,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Any
I
comments
mean,
on that?
I read something that said that the budget, city budget, that 54% of the budget goes to police. You know, I think there's 60,000 homeless in LA. I mean, it's a bad situation. I mean, all the money we spend on war, all the money we spend on police, all the money we spend everywhere else. I think it would be better to pretty much house homeless people and support your own. And there's a lot of people who went and fought in Iraq, fought in Afghanistan, who are also homeless out here.
Exactly,
So
veterans.
it's veterans, and it's a shame that we don't help them, and we're doing this kind of stuff.
Thank you, brother. Where can we find you?
HesitantHeroes.com, Hesitant Heroes on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That's where I'll be. Thank you so much.
Is it 2 S's? Hesitant?
No, just one S. My name is 2 S's, but HESITANT Heroes.
Awesome. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
brother.
Have a good one.
So, fam, what do you think?
I think the fact that they arrested members of the press earlier, and including the LAPD, including independent media like Jackson Hinkle, who was reportedly arrested. I texted him, I got no response. So he stopped live streaming as well, and I know he was live streaming, so maybe it seems like he was arrested. But what is happening? We live in a police state. We're members of the press. Other people are members of the press, and they were kept there until they were allowed to go. What if they didn't like your badge and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're gonna arrest you"?
Yeah.
Which is what happened to us last time. They didn't like our badge. They arrested us. So, it really goes to show you we live in a police state, all the way from the local and state governments to the national security state. And they're spending so much money on this rather than, and it's all about the taxpayer money that they're spending, right? Rather than actually finding solutions for these people, which is, it's crazy to me. I have a hard time understanding the logic. And the thing is, there is no logic. This is about control. This is about cutting dissent. The fact that they are so uncomfortable with us filming something so basic, I don't know how we're even here. Nobody else.
If you've been released with your press badge, please exit down to Sunset.
If you've been released with your press badge, that doesn't apply to us because we weren't released.
Does it sound better? Does it sound better now? I didn't even play. Does it sound better now? Did you guys hear that interview or no? It was a good interview. It was Hesitant Heroes. Okay, great. But you heard that interview, right? Shout out to Gabriel Ramirez.
Hey, Gabriel. Hey, fam. We love you. Gabriel's a local from Alhambra. Not Alhambra. Where are you now?
El Monte.
El Monte. Oh, guys, this is just crazy. It's also we were talking to our friend Marie in Miami. There's police everywhere too, making sure that the lockdown, the curfew is enforced.
Yeah, they put a curfew, right?
In Miami by the mayor. So the mayors have a lot of power
Spring break
here.
was going crazy.
Yeah, but that's like spring break. I mean, think about it. These people have been locked up for over a year, especially young people. They like high schoolers and all these people. They didn't get like a normal like prom, none of these things. Like people are going stir crazy, right? They're going stir crazy, and so it's basically time to reopen. Now, the thing is, the way we did the whole COVID was completely wrong. Like everything from the moment we handled it. Other countries are having people walk around with no masks on, and they're like, it's crazy. But here, it's like we're still so far behind, like in everything else. They continue arresting protesters, zip ties. You can hear the zip ties. That's what they're using.
Thank you for tuning in. We are the Convo Couch. Independent media. On the ground. Been to DC. From East Coast to West Coast. We are on the ground. Covering the injustices that we see. I need to upgrade update our little thing.
Yeah, it's
been through a lot.
It's been through all of last year. We attended the underground stuff, of course, while doing coverage in our studio as well. But we just got back from DC not that long ago, covering Assange protests, and also we put up a fuck censorship protest because we are against the mass censorship happening all over, whether you are on the right, whether you are on the left, whether you are independent, whatever, I don't care. Censoring people and taking down their channels, taking down Trump's Twitter. That is fascism. It is cryptic fascism. So again, you know, there's a lot of people that love the cops, but they hate censorship. Well, it's all connected. It doesn't make any sense. You love the cops, but then the national security state, which is their parent, is censoring a lot of people with right-wing views and a lot of people with left-wing views. And it's wrong. It's all connected. We shouldn't be censoring people. People should be allowed to film. The press should be allowed to report. Julian Assange is still in jail right now. He's in Belmarsh prison under disastrous conditions. And Judge Vanessa Baraster ruled that he can't be extradited, not because he didn't do anything wrong. No, those charges are still there. They're still trying to charge him with this idea that he committed some hacking, even though he didn't. Edward Snowden was the whistleblower. Julian Assange was doing journalism and refuses to give in his source, which is what a journalist would do. And the reason he's not being extradited is because our prison conditions in America are so harsh. So that just goes to show you how we are in America right now. There is all over the world civil unrest, not just because of the pandemic, but because the pandemic was like kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, and now a lot of things are falling apart. So, yeah. And we've been demonetized entirely, so we are making no money on YouTube. We're going to post this on Rokfin as well, but, you know, it really sucks. We didn't get a chance to set it up to go on Rokfin and Facebook. We usually do that. But if you can support us through our PayPal or Streamlabs, which is in the video description, please do. We continue to do this. We're doing this full time, all the time. We do not censor ourselves, nor do we censor the guests we have on or what we talk about. And we really just like to tell the truth, so we get attacked from a lot of angles. But we followed all the protests, and you know what we saw was that last year the BLM protests were a mixture of people. It wasn't all one monolithic groups. And now when we went up to DC, we interviewed 757, which the interview should be done soon, right?
Yeah. It's done edited. It should be released tonight.
So it should be released tonight. We've just been really busy. We, you know, like ridiculously busy with all the things we have to do. But Black Lives Matter 757 is a group that has worked with all kinds of militias, including the Boogaloo Boys. They are all about taking up arms against the corruption, whether it's the cops, whether whoever it is. So I want people to know more about these groups that aren't necessarily affiliated with any organization on the national level. So everybody understands that these groups weren't monolithic. There's a reason why people are rising up and having fighting against the system, right? Because whether you're an anti-masker or you don't believe like masks should be mandatory, that's your, you know, prerogative. If you want to protest for that, I don't, you know, agree that it's, you know, it's something I would protest for, but you should have the right to protest. You should have the right to bear arms. You should have the right to carry weapons. If the police and the military can carry weapons, you should too. When I was younger, I used to have a different stance. I used to be more for gun control. But because of the state that we're in, which is a police state, I think that people should be allowed to have guns. And I think people are more than allowed. They should, actually. We were there at the Capitol 6 riot when the supposed insurrection happened. We didn't see an insurrection. We saw people protesting, and then a few people go and have a riot, so to speak, right? A riot, because there was chaos and a little violence, for sure. But the vast majority of the people we interviewed and what we saw was mostly nonviolent. The way the media portrayed it was something else. They used the same clips over and over again. Was there violence? Yes. Should those people have done that? No. But should people have been shot? People like Ashley Babbitt? No, they shouldn't have been shot. I believe in consistency. I'm against police shooting unarmed people. I don't care what their belief is. It's wrong. And so that's the way it should be. And the reason most leftists or most people who consider them leftists can't say that, it's because they put ideology before truth. And same with the right. Sometimes they put ideology before truth. Right now, I consider myself leftist, but I'm pretty independent. So I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of what we've been covering. Our video footage of Capitol 6 on January 6th is being used without our consent by the FBI on an investigation against the murder of Brian Sicknick, who the New York Times initially published was killed by a fire extinguisher, which then they had to say that wasn't the case and they were still investigating. Now they're saying it was bear mace. And so our video clip was used and seized by CNN, NBC, and a bunch of others. So that's where we're at. We're fighting for that. We're fighting everybody. And we just want to be able to tell the truth, because there is no truth in media right now. The media is propaganda, all of it. Whether it's Fox or whether it's CNN, they're all propaganda. They're not real journalists. What's happening now?
So yeah, they're just keep grabbing protesters. They got the group of protesters over here. And they're just grabbing them from this side and arresting them, taking them over to that side. And, zip tying them, detaining them, searching their property, searching their person. There were reports back in May 30th when we got arrested that some people felt violated when the officers, searched their bodies. So you got to be careful with that. I don't know if you guys heard about the news about the helicopters. Probably some of you have seen the clip on Twitter where officers talk about how there's two pilots in the helicopters, and you can hear them talking. One says, I'm glad they added the fuel drop or fuel release to the choppers. The other guy says, yeah, I want to drop it right on Glendale Boulevard, which is where we were at last night with all the protesters and everything. And the first pilot said, I got the match, and then they both laughed. Like, these are the type of people that are in the forces, This is the type of people that's in the LAPD. So again, police are arresting protesters, taking them from this side. We're on the church. This is the church over here, and Echo Park is just beyond that tree back there. So this is the church here, the pillars right there, and they're taking them over to that side. So you can see what's going on. We are here providing you coverage, trying to zoom in as best I can. The quality goes down when you zoom in. And, it's important that media is here to document everything that's going on, because you don't know what happens. They could be more abusive. The police could be more abusive, These protesters are just holding signs. All they have are signs. I think someone had a drum. Protesters have the right to their free speech, right? First Amendment right. The police moved them in front of the church. What I don't understand is like how the police can just declare a protest on unlawful assembly and then just kettle you in and then just arrest you, you know? They were protesting the shutdown of the Echo Park homeless encampment. It was just really a community that they were building. You can look back at our interview and see what they were building there and the stories of some people. If you look up Convo Couch, Echo Park, ECHO, Echo Park. And just to let everybody know, it was like a police state trying to get over here. It was like cops in every corner. They shut down roads. They were redirecting traffic. We might show you some if we go over to Mitch O'Farrell's house. We might go there soon here. We're trying to wait for them to wrap up because I'm trying to figure out where they're going to take them. I want to ask an officer where they're taking them.
Yesterday, it seemed like they were putting some vehicles that weren't marked. So that was kind of weird. People who were watching were saying that it seemed like they didn't have any marking. But they usually put them in those white wagons and then take them to a whatever closest precinct is. And depends. Sometimes they book them and sometimes they don't. When they took us, they didn't book us, which was good because then it's not on any sort of record. But usually they'll take you, they'll book you, they'll put your fingerprints in, and then they'll release you unless you have like bigger charges.
I wanna show y'all, pay a little attention to these helicopters above us. So there's literally 3 helicopters. There's one. There's the other one. And then there's another one over here. 3 they've been out here like the whole fucking day. They've been out here since like 5 p.m. at least when these protesters were protesting. I'm just letting you know. Just the amount of resources being used for this. It's ridiculous. These protesters aren't doing anything, man. It's ridiculous. Any excuse to take out the choppers, right? They're literally just standing there. They're just floating there. There's nothing really happening.
They love the chopper. Okay. Okie dokes. Yeah, so we'll probably go into Mitchell Farrell's house in a little bit, see what else is going on. They might be gone by now, though. I don't know.
Yeah, there might be. Okay, I'm switching over to a different mic so I can charge the phone. the zip ties there.
Yep.
But I want to find out where they're taking them to.
Wanna leave it here in the house? I'll see. The camera.
Okay, so to move it, you hold it here, and then you go back like that. And then to move forward, you release that a little bit, and you can aim down.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it like that. But
Yeah, I'll just
yeah, just go. All right, I'm gonna try and figure out where they're detaining everybody. Where they're gonna take them. So I'm just kind of standing over here. I might walk down the sidewalk to see where they're gonna take them. Yeah, I'm gonna walk down this way and see if they'll talk to me. So aim the camera down this way. I don't know if you could see me. Yeah, if you aim it down like that. Let me see. I'm gonna try and walk and see if they can tell me where they're taking them. I just got a question. Where are you taking all these protesters? Where are you taking all these protesters? Can I have the supervising officer tell me? So they told me to get back and stuff. Where are you taking those who are being detained? There's this bald guy who I think is the supervising officer. Hopefully he'll come over here. I may walk up a little bit more. They can't really arrest me. Well, they could, but... Yeah, so I got a closer view here. So now they're taking protesters down towards Echo Park Lake. I think there's a van over that way. I did see a van over that way. Hold on, let me ask this guy. Sir, do you happen to know where they're taking these protesters? No answers. Trying to wave to the bald guy. You know the bald guy's always like the supervisor. He walked away. Fam can move up. You can move up just a little bit. Sir, can I ask you a question? Where are they taking these protesters? Do you know where they're taking these protesters? Do you know which office they're taking them to? He took one peek at me and then he just fucking walked away. I don't know what that was. Fam, you can move closer. So like right here. I don't know why they just can't answer this goddamn question. They're fucking robots. Do y'all happen to know? Do y'all happen to know where they're taking them? East Metro, maybe?
Yeah, I heard Metro, but I don't know, like the Metro Detention Center. But yeah, that's all I've heard so far.
Were you happen to be at Mitch O'Farrell's or no?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, I was just wondering.
I got here late.
Yeah, us too.
By the time I got here, they were already mass arresting. I mean, you were here, so you know more than me.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, of course.
Fam. Officers, do you happen to know where they're taking these protesters? Okay. Do you happen to know where they're taking these protesters? Do you know which detainment center they're taking them to? Do you know any options? What's the wheelchair for? So you don't know which, there's certain detainment places that they can hold them, right? Do you know which ones, possibly?
Once again, the media press zone is on Glendale and Echo Park. Media press zone is on Glendale and Echo Park. Please make your way over to the media press area.
Make your way to hell! They're waiting for you!
That's what we get for giving you a break, huh?
Your ticket's up! They're waiting! All of you cops are going to hell! This was our First Amendment right that you took away from us! Don't talk over me, bitch! This was our First
still in effect. The First Amendment is still in effect.
Sir, do you know where they're taking them to? Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. Thank you. They're taking them to the Metropolitan Detention Center. Metropolitan Detention Center. Okay. So that's where they're going. That's where these protesters are going to. Vishal, you heard that, right? It's Metropolitan Detention. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, yeah, the Twin Towers. Yeah. Oh shit, the Twin Towers. That's like the worst place. Okay. In LA, there's a place called the Twin Towers where it's like a jail, and there's like 2 towers, and it's like a prison detention center. No, that's not Tina Berg. It's another journalist. Okay, so that's what I wanted to find out. So thankfully, I've just figured that out. Fam, what do you think? Should we try go to Mitchell Farrell's house?
We could drive. They're probably gone, but maybe we should go to the detention center.
Yeah, we could go out to the detention center. I kind of want to get to Mitchell Farrell's place to see where they're taking them over there.
Yeah.
They might be taking them to Metropolitan's detention center, and then we can see if Jackson's there.
Yeah.
And then,
Interview Jackson.
interview Jackson about his experience over there. So, okay, so fams, we're gonna head out. I'm gonna switch mics here, and we are gonna continue on with the live stream.
Alright guys, we're gonna be heading out. But we're gonna keep the live stream going as we drive to the other locations. We'll take one more shot of the picture.
All right, so we're heading out. She's got balls. Okay. We're gonna be heading out. Hopefully we can get back to the car. That's what I wanted to figure out. So they're taking them over to the Metropolitan Detention Center. And
I will put that on Twitter.
yeah. So protesters that were arrested outside of Echo Lake Park are being taken to Metropolitan Detention Center. And so let's figure out, again, choppers up there. They've been flying this whole time. Woo! Okay. So yeah, the protesters were protesting there was a homeless encampment community, supported by the community, a lot of the community. I don't know. I wish we could have came back before it was taken down, or it's about to be taken down / being taken down right now. But basically, they built a community. They a lot of homeless people had their tents there. It was going on for a while, all throughout the pandemic, and it kept growing. There's around 50 people there. Right? They stayed on one side of the lake, and they made sure to clean stuff. The head guy, Ahmed, he was really instrumental in building a community there. He gave people jobs, and like he would give people jobs to pick up the trash and stuff, you know, giving them like a sense of like you know, making them feel useful, purposeful. That's what people said when we were interviewing them. That's what they were saying. And now there's a group of protesters over here. What we stumble into, fam. But yeah, they built a kitchen. They built a community kitchen. They had a community garden. They had a community, what's it called? Showers. That was awesome. I saw them last night. They were like, you know, like little wooden shower boxes, and you know what? So a question that popped up to me today was like, why aren't we allowed to have like a community garden everywhere in every park? You know?
So they don't want you to feel like a community.
They don't want you to feel like a community. They don't want that to be a thing. So here's another police line, and a few protesters here from surrounding Echo Park area. And so it looks like they're not letting through some dude.
Just so everyone online knows, they're already trying to shoot people because they're trigger happy. They shot people because they stood up. Because they think we're going to be afraid of them, and nobody's intimidated by the police because they're a weak ass bitch.
So it looks like they opened up this street. So the police that were over there moved back over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank
Just
you.
happened. Yep.
Thank you. So there was a line of police over there, and it looks like they moved back over to here. This is Echo Lake Park driveway, I think.
Echo Park, like.
Echo Park driveway.
Let me look it up. There's like a lot of us.
Yeah, we were here just before. We were walking this way.
Echo Park Avenue.
Echo Park Avenue and Sunset, basically. Sunset's over there. Sunset's the main street over there. So people are yelling. They're pissed off at the cops here. A lot of young people here. People in their 20s, it looks like. Millennials. I'm a fellow millennial.
These people fucking live here! Let it be known it wasn't fucking protesters closing the road, it was these fucking pigs!
You guys are the true unlawful assembly. You should be detained. And then get a lobotomy so you realize that being a cop is a fucking idiotic choice. Move so these people can drive through. Get the
Move
fuck
out of
out
the
of the
fucking
way,
way!
fucking pig. I see you looking at me. What are you looking at? I see you looking. You don't have a gun, you're gonna baton me. I'm talking to you, Mr. American Flag. I could fucking stare you down all night too, bro. You think this is my first fucking rodeo?
Where's Medina?
How you doing?
Fuck
Were you in the
Medina!
middle?
No.
Yeah, they're taking it to the Metropolitan Detention Center.
They already arrested over 150 people in Chihuahua because they were defending the marginalized population. The most vulnerable members of our community have to be defended by us
We'll be able to see them from
against y'all. And you come live on Twitter and you think that we weren't really there with Christine. They broke someone down last night for nothing. They shot at other protesters last night for nothing. They shot a fucking street medic for nothing. Because we're more intimidated standing here in numbers than they are with guns and badges. Ain't that some shit? God, you look like you're wearing a fucking costume. Baby car. This is baby car. You guys need nothing to do with your
The what? Instagram? Yeah, what's the
They're still at Metro Ferals.
What's there? Besides Jackson? Not streaming.
Here, hold this for a second.
Go to Convo Couch.
Yeah, what's up? I don't know. It's just like a bunch of protesters.
Not possible.
I was watching them arrest my comrade when they got in the fight. Actually, pushing them you guys almost said wrong. Most sensitive part of the human life.
So the reports are so far they've arrested 150 people today. Reportedly arrested lawyers from the National Lawyers Guild, the NLG. They arrested somebody from LA Times. They arrested other members of the press. They arrested spectators, and they've reportedly hit several people. I haven't seen use of any tear gas or any of these weapons yet. This is just off of the other street we were in. We were across the parking lot where they were on the other side. They were arresting the occupants of the Echo Park Lake encampment. And we were supposed to be headed towards Mitchell Farrell's. We want to make sure if anything is going on there. We also wanted to drive by the Metropolitan Detention Center as well. So that's what's going on. They spent, I know yesterday at least like $250,000 to $300,000 on a few salaries alone just for some of the day. That number obviously has grown since. It's going to be like upwards of millions of dollars, I think, because you have to add in the chopper and how much money. It's like $12,000 to fly some of those for, I think, like an hour. It's a certain amount of time. And you have to add in all the expenses of street closures as well and everything else. So it's a lot of money that's being spent. And it's not just here in Echo Park. There's police everywhere. Even where we live in Pasadena, there's a lot of choppers around in that area as well. So I don't really know the point of this. The police are absolutely violating freedom of the press by arresting journalists with badges. Journalists who are not being violent at all, simply filming. So that is something that we're trying to figure out how we can deal with that too, because this is happening here. Like I say, I always talk about, on this level, but on the national level, it's also happening as well. Find anything?
No. Well, we can try and go over there and then see what happens. And then head over to the Metropolitan Detention Center. So let's go. I'm sure there's people involved. I forgot to show it back there over when we were over there in front of Echo Park Lake. I found this on the ground. Oh. So I'm just kind of, this is what they were shooting.
So they did shoot. What is that? A canister?
Someone look it up. Defense technology.
Let me look it up.
Exact impact. So this was probably for a rubber bullet.
It looks like it.
2019.
What is it?
Defense technology. This is what they were shooting.
So defense technology has pepper sprays.
Look up defense technology and then look. They have everything. They look up exact impact. Exact impact. Exact and then impact. 40 millimeter.
It's a rubber bullet.
Yeah, it's a rubber bullet. See?
40.
Yeah. So that's what they have on the green guns. They have the rubber bullets.
Okay, so it's this one right here.
Yeah, that's the exact one.
So they were using rubber bullets on somebody. So let me add rubber bullets to that.
So yeah.
Okay.
Found that on the ground.
Military grade.
Yeah, military grade.
That's why I mean, it's all connected. You can't be pro-police and then anti-national security state. Like, it doesn't work like that.
How's it going?
It's safe down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
safe for now.
There's a line
There's a line
down that
there.
way. Police line. All right, so we're heading back to our car, and so we're gonna go check out Mitchell Farrell's. Dan, can you pull up that address? Yeah. Choppers just flying around all night.
I've gotten used to it.
Last
it's like
night,
nonstop.
it's crazy. It's like we're in a war zone. They
They brought their imperialism home, fam. They talk about it all the time.
Bringing imperialism home. God damn it. Porque el mundo es así. Watch out. Here, get on the sidewalk. Porque el mundo es así. Why is the world like this? Yeah, no, some people, over the summer, a lot of people got hit in the eye with that rubber bullet. And that shit will take out your eye. I heard somebody got brain damage too. They're just protesting, man. Just marching on the streets. we're gonna drive around and show you the police state as well, because it's kind of crazy.
I got the address.
Okay, good. I was scared for a second. I didn't see our car. Bear with us for a second.
You can open the thing if you want.
I get freaked out again.
There's something holding it back.
Bear with us for a second. I'm gonna fix this thing. It got loose. Fix it. Wait a second. Did y'all see Biden's press conference?
Oh shit.
Okay, so
Alright, so put in this address 30. I'll tell you. It's not that far. So you're on a circle? Yeah, so
wear your seatbelts.
Most of the police have left.
Yeah.
They were out here earlier. That means they've arrested mostly everybody. Tapas.
How'd that boot taste?
Who?
I don't know. Saying the trolls licked the boot.
Oh. Like that guy who brought them water?
Yeah.
And they left it there. They didn't even take the water. They just...
It's probably smart.
What is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta look at the maps. We're gonna go there. Look up Metropolitan Detention Center. It's like in downtown almost.
What's Pasta doing?
Say it was really good at Metropolitan. That's all I'm not to look
Tell him to cook something. What?
You can lower it a little bit more, right?
I don't think so.
Just lay there.
I feel like I'm playing a video game.
Alright, so now we're on the highway. We're on the 2.
Oh, I hope that's like a legit address.
Yeah, I think it is. We're not seeing any live streams of Mitch O'Farrell's house. That's where we're heading to right now.
Yeah, there's no live streams.
So we're gonna see what happened.
Ooh,
And then after we're going to Metropolitan Detention Center. Oh, these are just the lovely roads
yeah.
that you have over here in LA.
All the taxes,
All
tax dollars are going to these lovely roads that are never being fucking fixed. So, the sky looks ominous. Yeah, LA sucks. California sucks. Like, as far as government, as far as like infrastructure, it's really shitty. Really, really fucking shitty. Ooh. That's why a lot of people are leaving for Vegas or Texas or Florida, actually. Those are the 3 states. They're all Republican controlled. Although I think Nevada has a Democratic governor, but she's more like, no, the mayor of Las Vegas is more like a Republican, even though she's a Democrat. It's also really expensive to live here, and it's like during COVID, there was no point in living here because everything was closed. And it's still things are kind of like closed, and whatever was open, if there's some sort of protest, like they'll just shut it down. So people are still not okay here at all, like by any means. Whereas in Florida, people had like jobs because they didn't shut down the restaurants as long, or the beauty stores and hair salons and all those places. Gyms were open there. The way we handled the shutdown, like Governor Newsom, or as Lori Jones calls him,
No.
Governor fuck ass. I'm quoting Lori Jones.
Shit, this is right.
That's the address set. That's what I'm saying. If not, we can stop and try to find it. God.
Oh, a bit ritzy out here. Not really.
Not
A
really.
little bit. And we were around the corner. Oh,
This is it.
let's see. Oh, no, there's a road right here. Okay. Well, this is sketchy. We're just investigating where the protest is supposed to happen.
They were there earlier, but I think they were arresting a lot of people 3 hours ago.
Yeah, you got police here.
There we
Posted
are.
up. So,
They're gone.
protesters
Hi.
are gone.
Hi, cops. They just shine a light in your face like nothing. Alright, so they're
there's one
gone.
police car with 2 cops, and I don't see any protesters here, so yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. The
It's gone.
protesters are gone. That's probably where Jackson got arrested. So it's been how many hours? Maybe. So let's go to the Metropolitan Detention Center. Do you need to put it in the...
Yeah.
It should find it.
Yeah, if I type that in.
Yeah, just type it in real quick. Oop.
The hills.
Just a reminder, I don't know if everyone heard me earlier, but the Joe Biden administration wants to legalize via the Supreme Court for people to go, for the cops, not people, for the cops to go into your home and seize your weapons with no warrants.
You know what that bill was called?
It's not a bill. They're using a court case.
Oh.
Yeah, they're using a precedent to push this. I have the article. I'm going to bring it up on tomorrow's show, which we're going to have an earlier show tomorrow, which I'm already tired, but yeah, so basically it was because a guy who was found to be mentally unstable, like, they took his guns in order to protect his wife, and they were like saying that they basically did a whole pre-crime thing where they were like, well, he's too unstable, so because he's threatened violence, we're going to take away his gun and lie to him. And I forget the name of the case. If I had the article, I'd pull it up, but like they're trying to use that as to mean like, oh, like the police are trying, if the police didn't do that, then there could have been a murder. And so in order to protect the security of all people, because we have this white domestic terrorist problem, they have to go and they should be allowed to go into people's houses, suspects' houses, seize their guns without a warrant. Now,
That's scary.
that is extremely scary. It's one of many laws that have come about in recent times. Like Nevada is allowing tech companies to basically build mini governments. That's also something that passed.
Yeah. Did that pass? I don't know if it passed. I know it was brought up. It was introduced.
I'll double check on it for tomorrow, actually. But that reminds me of Breonna Taylor. Because with Breonna Taylor, they did a no-knock warrant. So they came in and they knocked briefly. and then they shot inside. So that could potentially be what you would see.
Wasn't it while she was sleeping?
While she was sleeping, and her boyfriend was like in the hallway or something. So that happened to another gentleman. His name escapes me, but it was another guy. This is what the Boogaloo, what Mark Magnus was talking about, that they were protesting too, because it was a white man. It was another no-knock warrant.
I forgot that guy's name.
But they were protesting that too.
Duncan Lamp.
Something Lamp. Yeah, Lamp. Lamp, I think. And it's like, okay, if they can come in with no warrant and just like either shoot you, search you, take your guns, what rights do you have? I mean, right now you don't even have the right to like film cops. If you're like, normally if you're a normal citizen of the, a citizen of the United States, anybody, a resident, whatever, you're allowed to film police. Like, you don't have to be a journalist. You're allowed to actually pull out a camera and film them. That's 100% allowed. What's been happening is that they haven't been allowing people to do that. And on top of not allowing people to do that, they haven't been allowing media to do that. They've been trying to control who is media and who isn't. If media is friendly to them, I've seen it, they give them preference. When we were back there, Johnny, was that a sheriff?
There was one sheriff. It was weird.
Yeah, so I wanted to comment on that earlier. When we were back where the protesters were getting arrested and booked with the zip ties, I saw a sheriff. That was a sheriff, because that's a sheriff uniform.
Yeah, it's weird because their badge was a little different than what I've seen. Because I've been seeing, unless they updated their badges or something recently. But I think it was a sheriff because they had the tan outfit.
But they were with a person with a blue coat.
Yes.
That I thought that was a member of the press.
I thought so too, but then they came back and got a wheelchair. And I was wondering what that wheelchair was for. It might have been one for one of the protesters.
They might be, yeah, they might be some of the, I know that there was supposed to be this group of like social workers for the homeless that came in, and like we're supposed to like be giving them vouchers, some of them. But like I have seen members of Fox inform the police, which is like extremely biased, because here's the thing, they have power. They have power. No, the police. The police have more power than the average citizen, right? And if they're working with the mainstream media, with the press that has the access to all these channels, to all these, to like for people to see them, then that's a problem. And we see that on the local level, right? On the national level, on the federal level, we see the mainstream media working with big tech and Google, Alphabet. We see them working with people, right? My point is, and I'm going to continue to harp until people understand, the police state encompasses everything from the LAPD, for example, here, to the LA Sheriff, to the federal level with the Department of Justice, which hasn't been very just, including the national security state, their three-letter agencies via the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, and of course the military, which supplies and often provides training for police with military grade weapons, as we just saw. So my point is, when we've approached this whole defunding the police, it's like the interview with Garland Nixon was extremely eye-opening to me as well, because he was a cop, right? He was a cop. And he's saying, like, look, like, defunding the police just had, like, the wrong word, because a lot of people would be turned off thinking like it's going to be chaos and all this stuff, like, because you're not going to have the police, law enforcement, right? But the thing is, he said you could put anybody there and they're going to act the same way, because it's about power and it's about how the United States works as a whole. We go around the world doing what we do here to people here, right? So like the police here, they are above the law. You can go and accuse a police officer of hitting you, of doing all these things, and they get a slap on the wrist because they investigate themselves. So he said that was the number one thing that would have to end in order to have any sort of police reform, or he called it reimagining the police, or Pasta called it that too. So you'd have to do that. But in the bigger picture, you would have to change the way the United States operates as a whole, because the United States goes around the world overthrowing governments, bullying people all over the world, pushing sanctions, bombing. Joe Biden just announced that we're not getting out of Afghanistan by May 1st. He cited, there's just a few issues, technological issues and blah, blah, blah. Like, he just made shit up. He said every excuse that we've ever heard from every president, right? So if we do that all over the world, how we operate here is going to be extremely similar. And the problem is the vast majority of Americans know absolutely nothing about anything outside the United States. They literally ignore everything that's not within the United States. So it's really going to take people understanding that there is no separation between our foreign policy and our domestic policy. None whatsoever. Because if it's how we are taught, we are children of bullies. And the way the police operate is how they're told to operate by their superiors, and how they are trained by law. They're trained to be this way, and the people that are trained are specifically trained. So this issue, it's a whole systemic issue. Are we almost here?
Supposedly this is the Metropolitan Detention Center.
All right, so supposedly right here.
This is not the Twin Towers.
Okay, so
I want to note that City Hall was lit up in blue.
Oh, interesting. City Hall was lit up in blue. Gotta back that blue, right? That's what they say.
I think I know where they are. It's the other way.
Okay, so we're trying to find exactly where they are. We live in a fucking cartoon.
Did you see what Steve posted?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, literally City Hall's lit up in blue.
See if you guys see over there. This is like hard to. There you go. Johnny's like laying down right now. There it is.
It's behind that building.
They never do that. I haven't seen it.
No, they did that during BLM and stuff.
Yeah, but other than that, they don't do it.
It's interesting. It's like a symbolic thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's always lit up in blue. I don't know. The Metropolitan Detention Center. This is like the prison, though. This is like a.
No, but when there's been protests, I think on anti-ICE and stuff, that's where they took them to. I remember when we covered one of them. You need to go left, but...
Yeah, it's straight and then a right, and then there's like the Twin Towers over there. I remember. Because protesters went in protesters right at the Twin Towers. One time.
Well, since everybody's in a protest mood, literally like 2 weeks, we're going to be holding a protest called Fuck Censorship at CNN, of course, in coordination with Free Assange Now. It'll be the 2-year anniversary that Julian Assange was released from, or not released, literally forced out of the Ecuadorian embassy and taken into custody. And a lot of people, who are progressive, who are local activists, don't understand why we care so much about Julian Assange. They say he's one man. Who cares? He's one guy. Well, Julian Assange is a journalist. He's in jail for doing journalism. So if he goes down, I go down. He exposed U.S. war. He exposed what we do all over the world, and also what our allies do all over the world with the cables that he released in WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks has a 100% accuracy rate. And he's in jail because he exposed the government.
Were you with the protesters? I don't know what this is. No, that's just a bus.
Yeah.
Somewhere. I know the Twin Towers are hit the left.
Alright, we're almost getting there. Let's see if they release anybody. It is scary that they also arrested, and the National Lawyers Guild. Why are we arresting lawyers?
They're gonna get a lawsuit for that.
They're gonna get a bunch of, they need to be sued. The problem is they investigate themselves. So again, the system has to change from the core.
So yeah, this is Twin Towers.
So Twin Towers. Where are the Twin Towers?
You can see that sign that says Twin Towers.
Twin Towers Correctional Facility.
So he said detention center. We were over there. They weren't over there.
Well, they might have been. But I didn't see any sort of commotion.
Drive through over here, see what happens. Nothing.
What if he
Where
lied?
else could they yeah, he probably lied. Where else could they take him?
Is another detention center?
Maybe it was around the other side, the metropolitan one. So let me go back to that one.
Echo Park is, so if you're looking at a layout of LA, Echo Park is very close to downtown. If you're going from, let's say, Pasadena to downtown, right? That's east, northeast to southwest. Not even southwest, just south, and then east. You're, I guess a little bit west. You're basically gonna cross, the closest to Pasadena is Highland Park, Eagle Rock / Highland Park. Then you get to Silver Lake, and then Echo Park. So those are the little areas of LA that are more on the east side of LA, closer to San Gabriel Mountains than to Santa Monica Mountains. East sides of LA, it's not exactly East LA. East LA is its own thing, but more on the east side of Los Angeles is where, more progressives live, minorities. There's always a lot of police on that side. Echo Park is the closest area to the downtown LA before you get to downtown LA. So it didn't take us long to come here because we were super close. What I don't understand is like how some people in the chat, you know, some of the trolls we get, they love cops, but they love their guns. Like I said, they're gonna take your guns. It's not gonna be the libtard. It's not gonna be an immigrant. It's not gonna be any of these people that they make you hate. It's gonna be your own fucking government that's gonna take your guns. And it's both Democrats and Republicans, the establishment. They're all one party. They're all one party. It's a one party system, dude. It's a one party. And they work behind the scenes. They're in bed with each other, literally. It's like that meme. You guys think they're on your side? No, they're on each other's side, because they all work for. Politicians are all just a PR agency, basically, for the national security state and military and these agencies. Biden is a puppet, clearly. Especially if you watched his last his first press conference as a president. It was awful. It got like thousands of downvotes, more than upvotes. It's hilarious. He keeps getting ratioed so bad. And he also announced that he wants to be a 2-term president. So people were making a meme, like Kamala being all sad because she wants to come in already. So it's funny. They're both awful. They're both going to be awful. They're both fucking tools of these agencies. They're not in charge. They're just the front. That's why you don't see changes. That's why you see things even getting worse, because they can just do it. And a lot of these idiots that watch mainstream media are going to be like, well, at least Biden is, developing the vaccine and doing things, and there's intersectional cabinet full of women and people of color.
Over here.
Intersectional fascism is what they have.
We found everybody.
We found Johnny Navigation over here. All right, let's see. We have arrived.
I'm gonna try and plug in.
Why don't you just pull the car over and I'll stay in.
Okay, fine.
And see if you can talk to somebody.
Okay.
There's a cop right there. Watch out. Yeah, because parking, you're not going to find parking here. It's fucking ridiculous. There's no parking in downtown LA. So yeah, like, people are baffled because it's like, oh, you support the Second Amendment? Hell yeah, I do. I'm against censoring and I'm for guns. Oh, let's read the signage. First.
So we're parking from 6 to 8, and then. Yeah, no, we're fine. There's
Okay.
other cars parked too.
Yeah, sometimes they have fucking pass. Ooh, sometimes they have fucking passes. All right, so we found parking, so we're gonna go over there.
That's how you do good parking.
Shh. Johnny just literally hit the curb, but Costa would say, "Why are you? What does he say? Why are you putting me in blast in front of my friends?"
Yeah. He's a goon.
Wait, let me tighten this.
Let me see. Oh, this whole thing is loose. Let me see. Over here. We gotta fix this thing. It got loose. Sam, can you grab my brown bag? It's in the back. Okay, it's in the back. Behind my seat. My signature brown bag. 280 people watching, 280 likes. We did have 300 people on. If you haven't liked it, help us with the YouTube algorithm. But nobody's got a fucking job. Okay. Let's see. Okay. You like that? Can you hold that for a second?
Oh shit, where's my mask?
Oh, yeah,
Stupid mask shit. I have to fucking... They'll probably arrest me if I don't have a mask. I just had it in my hand. It was just... Huh?
I'll see your mask.
I just had it here. Hold this.
One second, fans. Hey. Yeah, I know, right? Look at the City Hall. LA City Hall, lit up in blue. They control the lights, I'm telling you. Because they lit it up, I forgot what day it was. It was like George Floyd or something. They lit it up blue or you know, for St. Patrick's Day, it's green and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Could be coincidence. So many protests have been here. I remember having hundreds of people, and then we went on the bridge. The anti-war with Iran protest went from over there to over here, and then turned left over here. And I remember being on the bridge, documenting that. That was cool. That was such a long time ago. It was January 2019, I think. It's right here.
Huh? Oh.
The fuck? Turn off the light. That's not our car. Okay.
Lock it.
You just want to hold it? There, we got 10 seconds to cross. trying to charge my phone. It's on 20%. Okay. That's not charging. Why isn't it charging?
I literally left mine on my way here and I was that's
So are people just being released, like right through this door, or? Oh, okay. So it opens up and people are released. Okay. Were you one of the people there? No.
Have they released anybody yet?
Yeah, they already let most of us go. There's only like 20 people left inside.
Okay. Do you know if they were from Mitchell Farrell's or from Echo Park?
Echo Park. All of us here came from Echo Park.
Okay. So you were in front of those pillars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we were filming over there for a little bit.
Catch and release.
So were you arrested? Oh, okay. Detained. Did they give you what's it called?
Citation.
You okay to be interviewed or filmed or no?
No need to interview or anything.
Okay.
It's just a catch and release.
Did they give you a little citation thing?
Mm-hmm.
Failure to comply with peace officer? Yeah,
Easy way for them to clear the street.
Right.
And I guarantee you, if anybody contests these, they're not going to show up.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so someone's getting released here. Hey. Looks like
all cops are bastards! All cops are bastards! All cops are bastards! All cops are bastards!
that dude looks pissed.
Dude, they were like literally laughing when they were doing this.
I know.
Having a great old time. Yesterday and today. I caught them all laughing. Alright guys, so you guys can see they're releasing them one by one. Reminds me of when we got detained. They don't, as far as it seems like after talking to these people, they're just citing them.
Yeah, it was the same citation they gave us back in May 30th.
Of 2020.
Of 2020.
Yeah. Still not okay though.
Not okay, yeah. You know, we're still in a class action lawsuit against the LAPD, but
Yep. There's 12 behind.
the citation, I don't think it has a dollar amount or anything like that,
Hey, what are you doing across the street?
as far as I know.
What is that, a clown car?
Right?
These police just showed up.
Most of these people seem like protesters, not people who live there.
Yeah. Most were protesters, yeah. Most people that live there either left or got something.
We're probably gonna throw out all of these.
Bro, I heard you lost your drone last night.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but I think they used the L to fucking disrupt the frequency or whatever.
Really?
I was over the lake, and then all of a sudden it goes straight to the police station.
What?
Yeah, she was wild.
Does anyone need a ride to like any
Same.
house or Echo Park?
So like, anyone who needs a ride back to Echo Park.
I have one spot in my car as well.
That's crazy. I didn't know they could control the drones like
So,
Did they just sign off?
yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be like.
Alright, so, I'll take this shit off because I can't talk. Well, you guys saw what happened today. We live in a police state. We live in, like, a state where I guess it's illegal to be poor. They spent more money arresting people than they have finding solutions to the problem. They're still releasing people. The whole thing was basically just to remove them from the site, right?
Yeah, I had a fun time.
It's a cop car coming out.
There he comes. Really? What a child. I'm sorry, that is very childish.
I hope you guys got that.
Yeah. What a child. No, they thrive off power too. This is a power play for them. This is the largest protest I've seen though since 2020.
So was I.
It's gonna get worse because people are gonna get evicted from homes, and what they were doing in other states was
but they.
And Reverend Annie talked about this too, where you go with a bunch of people and you stop the police from evicting you. Now, the department that does evictions is the LA sheriff. So when it comes to actually house people, the sheriffs are the ones that actually evict people. So we'll see what happens with that.
Because I was live when I got.
Yeah, I don't think this is the end of this. I think this is only the beginning.
It's pretty ridiculous all the money they spent on the resources for the police and the
Yeah. I want to
helicopters
try
and
to find
everything.
and calculate it and release it tomorrow for the stream tomorrow. Just exactly how much money they spent. Not counting. I mean, we're talking about the salaries for the 400 people law enforcement officers they had last night, on top of the the ones they had today, on top of all the helicopters from yesterday and today, on top of all the weapons that they used, the LVADs and everything, the rubber bullets, the money that it costs to book people and stuff. So, what else? Yeah, we have to figure out exactly how much they spent. Less could have been spent by actually helping people.
Exactly.
So, let's see if we can touch base with some of the people like Iman, some of the actual people. These were protesters. People like, I want to talk to the people that were actually evicted from there, where they are. I didn't see Jackson. If he was released way earlier because he was arrested a long time ago.
Yeah, he was.
Whose cars those are?
So, yeah.
Okay, we're signing off.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.